if you are using the Hoya R72 filter, or if you have a converted infrared camera, you might take pictures and they come out looking like this. They are very red. And when you try to cool them down in, for example, Lightroom, you might notice that this is as far as they go. They don't get any cooler than that. That's because you need to create a DNG profile for an infrared camera. And actually, every time you use a different infrared camera, you need to create a profile. But if you take pictures with the same camera, you only need to do this first step once. So, step one, you need to export your picture, make it as cool as you can. As you can see, my temperature is all the way down. I'm going to go to File, Export. And this is the important part because you want to export that image as a DNG file. So you're going to export this as a DNG file. I'm going to put this in a folder called infrared. Okay. So once you've exported a DNG file, you're going to go to search. I want you to search for Adobe DNG Profile Editor. All right, it should be like right here. It should be like the second one. Digital negative DNG Adobe DNG Converter. And you're gonna go down and find the DNG Profile Editor. It was last updated September 2012. Believe me, it still works. So you're gonna go to Windows or Mac and you're gonna download it. And you're gonna proceed to download. Now I already have this downloaded, so I'm gonna run it. And you should get something that looks like this. Next, you're going to open the DNG image that you just exported. In this case, infrared demo. And it should look like this. Now you're gonna go to Color Matrices. You're gonna go to White Balance Calibration. You're gonna push the temperature as low as it goes. In this case, negative 100. And then you can name your profile, right? So once that's done, go to File, Export your camera profile. In this case, I'm gonna go to infrared. I'm just gonna leave it like that, just memorize where you kept your camera profile. And remember, every time you use a different camera, you have to repeat this step. But if you just use the same camera with the filter or converted camera, then you only have to do this step one time and you never have to worry about it again. So we're gonna go ahead and close this. Don't save. And we're gonna go to Lightroom. We're gonna go to Profile. We're gonna go to Browse. Now I already have one here, but that's not the profile we just made. Actually, you need to go to this little plus sign right here. It says Import Profiles. And this is the one we just made. So we're gonna import. It's gonna import the file. Now, the funny thing is that even after you import, it doesn't show up. Someone told me that you didn't have to restart the program, but I found out that you actually do have to restart the program in order for that profile to come out. It's gonna come out here in Profile. So you're gonna close Adobe Lightroom. You're gonna open it once again. The profile should be loaded now. Go to Profile, Browse. You can go to Profiles, it should be right here, the one we just made. In this case, infrared demo. Now, your picture is able to be much more blue. So, you can take your white balance wherever you wish. Usually when it comes to infrared photos, I take it off a cloud or I take it off the gravel. Something that should be black or gray. Or maybe some of you prefer the white foliage. In that case, you would take the white balance off the grass or the trees. But in this case, I'm gonna take it off the cloud. Now, that's it for step one. You don't have to repeat this step again unless you use a new camera. Now, from here, you need to use a program that has a channel swapping. Now, for me, I like to work in Adobe Photoshop, so I'm going to edit in Photoshop, but whichever editing program, if they have a channel mixer option, you can go ahead and use that. Here is our image. We're going to go to Image, Adjustments, Channel Mixer. Now actually, you don't have to do this exactly the way I'm going to show you, but this is the most common way. You can actually be creative with these colors and create all kinds of zany stuff, but I'm going to show you the most common way, which is swapping the red and blue channel. You're going to go to a red channel, change the red 100 to 0, and you're going to change the 0 blue to 100. So we're swapping the channels. And like I said, you can actually be creative as you want, but we're not. So we're going to go now to the blue channel. Red is currently 0%, but we're going to change it to 100. And blue, we're going to change from 100 to 0. And now you have an image that resembles more of something you see in an infrared picture, but you can actually play around with this and get whatever colors you want. So now you can save this image, or you can continue working with it here in Adobe Photoshop or whatever editing software you are using. But you do need the channel mixer to do this step. If you don't have channel mixer, you can edit the picture as it came out, which will look something like that. Actually, you can do many things, but I prefer this kind of look. From here, you can just edit your image however you like. You prefer a more red color, you know. Maybe the sky is not to your liking. You prefer it to be a little bit more blue. You can do that. It's really up to you. It's up to your imagination. Whatever you choose to do. You want to make the foliage more white, you can do this. You might want to do the same thing with the yellow to make sure. So yeah, this is it for infrared editing. I hope this guide was very helpful to you. You can actually do this in Photoshop too. If you open the image in Adobe Camera Raw, you simply have to do the same thing. Just import the profile that you made with the Adobe DNG editor, and that's all you have to do. But if you have some software like Capture One, I believe the temperature goes much lower, so you can actually skip that. Anyways, I hope you found this useful. If you'd like to see how to shoot infrared photo with a filter, I actually have a video on that too. Please search my tutorials for it. See you around and have a good one.